During mud gas sampling, a stream of returning drilling mud flows steadily through the gas trap. Inside the gas trap, typically mud is agitated. Gases in the mud escape and rise into the headspace in the top of the trap, where they mix with air entering the trap and then are drawn off by a vacuum system. The extracted gas and air mixture then travels from the gas trap through tubing to the mudlogging unit, and in the process is dried and filtered. Once ready for analysis, the gas is metered at a steady flow rate into the analytical system. A portion of the gas sample is split off to pass continuously through the total combustible gas detector, generally referred to as the hot wire detector. This detector produces a continuous reading, generally on a meter dial and a strip chart. This reading is a measure of all combustible gases in the sample.
Another portion of the mud gas sample is passed into a continuous flow loop. A batch sample is taken every few minutes for identification of individual gas components, which makes up the total gas reading.
This hydrocarbon compound analyzer uses gas chromatographic analysis, which typically takes 3 or 4 minutes to separate the compound types and measure their concentrations. Therefore, its output is cyclic rather than continuous. And the output for each cycle gives one reading for the concentration of each gas type. In other words, we can see the relative concentrations of methane, ethane, propane, and the 2 butanes present in each batch sample. But remember, these are only intermittent values. Cuttings gas analysis uses the same gas chromatographic system as that used to separate and measure mud gas compounds. The principal difference is that the cuttings gas sample is drawn from the top of the blender jar instead of a flow loop. The output for each compound concentration in the mud gas or cuttings gas can be expressed in percent equivalent methane in air or in parts per million, depending on what system or standard is being used.
It is at this point that the mud gas data becomes available for use in the formation log.